back for another video. My name is Josh Kasich, and today is my Dune non-spoiler review. Now, this movie, as stated in the title, is a reboot of the original film, and that movie is based off of a 500-page book of the same name. And that movie didn't do really well because story-wise, they tried to fit a 500-page movie into, not 500 page. They tried to fit a 500-page book into one short movie, and so that was the problem with it. Although I did enjoy the original film, like a lot of people hated it, I enjoyed it. Although I'm not really much of a film critic, so it's really hard to say. So one of the things, going to this film, obviously this reboot, is to make it better. I was thinking that it was probably going to end on a cliffhanger so that another movie would extend the story, which it did. And so that's something you would have to understand, that a 500-page book, you're not going to see it in the entire movie. So one thing you probably should definitely go in understanding is that it is a long book, so one movie can't tell the entire story. So then that's how it is, pretty much. Now, it is obviously what they did show in the movie is much more of extension of different stuff that was kind of shown in the original film, but just a lot more details added to it. But the problem is with this movie versus the original is the world building. I feel like in the original, they give you so much, so you have in the beginning of the film for world building and context, so you understand what is going on, and for the rest of the movie, and it really doesn't do that. I mean, even the original movie, there were some narrations throughout the entire movie explaining what certain things are happening to kind of cut time. And obviously, with this movie, I don't think they're going to have that because because they're going to make multiple films, so they don't have to have flashbacks or just dial narrations to explain what is going on within the story. But what they should have had was narration in the beginning to explain a lot better. Now, they did have a kind of narration in the beginning, but I don't feel like it's enough to understand a lot of the context you need going through the rest of the story. And that is the problem with this film. You really need to watch the original movie to really understand the context of what is going on in this film. Or read the book for that matter. Okay, that is, and to me that is a problem. So it's hard for me to know if I would enjoy this film if I didn't understand the context, because I do understand the context because I saw the original film. I just don't think someone who hasn't read the book or has watched the original movie would enjoy this movie as much as I did, because they don't have the context or understanding of the film. So it's that, to me, that is problematic. And so a lot of people are saying, "Oh, this film is way better than the original," hands down. That this film is everything that the original movie isn't, and that line, to me, I just disagree with, because I think it's good. Much better storytelling than the original film, don't get me wrong. But the setup isn't as good as the original, and you really do need that setup, in my opinion. There's other things in this film from the book that the original movie cut out, and I'm glad that they put that back into the film. However, I think one thing they did put in this film, I feel like they're going to, they didn't really explain the meaning behind it in this film, and so but it's one of those things where in the next movie they can't explain it. I feel like they can do that, so I'm not gonna say that is a point against the movie, but I'll really get more into that into the spoiler review. But yeah, definitely enjoy it. And then the cast. Well, they had a pretty good cast. Pretty much a lot of famous actors in this. I mean, it's like they couldn't get anyone for this film. There's so many people for this film, which is kind of interesting because it's the opposite of the last film. Because the original film, it had so many actors that became famous, like Patrick Stewart. So where this film has already famous people, so it's very interesting to see that way. Now I feel like Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa, acting wise, had more to act with in this film. A lot of the main characters, I feel like they have less acting than these two, and that might be another problem with the film. Not that it's bad or anything like that. I mean, I think the main characters did pretty well, wise, and everything was good. But I just feel like you have these two actors that are not the main characters do a lot better. Other than that, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good film. The story, I think, was like writing-wise for the entire film, was really well done, and the fact that they extended so that you have more details is better. It's just, I think the fact that they have no really good setup is what hinders this movie. Other than that, it's really well done. And so that's my thoughts on it, guys. I do recommend you go seeing this movie, but I advise watching the original movie first so you have an under context going into this film to really see the differences and kind of see how this film is better than the original because of this and because of the writing and stuff like that, right? I feel like you should do that to really get a better understanding, all right? Sorry about that. I kind of got cut off, but where did I leave off? Yeah, that's right. So I was kind of ending the video. As I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified for my next upload. My YouTube channel website link, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and Instagram are all in the description as always. And thank you. Goodbye.